Hey guys, Bob here from Bob's World. It's raining outside, so no flying. And I work from home, so in the studio, caught up right now. So I thought I'd make a quick video of kind of some ACRO practice I do. Some of you ask enough about ACRO, stuff. Maybe you're getting into it. I'm definitely not a pro, far from it. There's a lot of other great channels with great tutorials. Joshua Bardwell's channel. But you guys asked, so I'm going to do it. I'm going to show you. My favorite at the moment simulator is Uncrashed. I love it. And the one that I do the most practice in is City Park. So let's go into City Park. Play. All right. City Park. I'm going to show you the stuff I do. I'll share what I do know, what I do. Let's see where we're at. We're at, and if you don't know, the lower your camera angle, the kind of slower you can go. I've been flying at about 30 degrees lately, so I'm going to stick right at that. I might as well just pull my rates up for you. Let's see, let's go rates. So if you want to stay at 150, 150, 110, 550, 550, 410, and 0.4 on Expo, that's what I use. I have played with these for a while. I really like these. This is where I've settled in, and my advice to you, I've heard this before, is once you settle in some rates you do like, just stick with them. You get used to them and you'll rock. All right, here we go. Here's my routine to get better. First off, my advice to you is turn off the motor sounds in the simulator. When you're flying, you got your goggles on, the drone's flying around, you're not hearing your drone. I mean, maybe when it screams by you, you might hear it, but the reality is you're not hearing it, right? So I think when you can hear the motor sounds in the simulator, it kind of gives you a little bit of advantage because you can kind of hear that throttle. So I'd say turn it off. That's my advice to you. Okay, so here's one area I love in this map. You can find it in probably a lot of these guys, but the telephone poles. And what I do here is I just practice some orbits. I come around and then I go through, I alternate the direction, and I just practice, my orbits, throttle control, getting nice and smooth with these, getting close, and I just keep doing that back and forth, and just a little warm up. And again, I'm just trying to go smooth, try some different things, tighten up the orbit a little bit, and that's one thing I do, and it's really helped me out. The next I do on these poles, I'd call some slalom work, just staying close in here, dropping the back end, and slalom, I can't even say it, and slalomly, I can't even say it, slalom through these. I don't even know what the plural of slalom is. That's epic. And just go like this. You're just trying to stay close in. It looks easy, but it's not that easy. So give it a run. The biggest thing I think in ACRO is throttle control, throttle management, especially trying to go slow. Going slow in ACRO, I think, is probably one of the most challenging things, is to be able to go slow. Going fast, you're just throwing it forward. It's not that hard, I think. Going slow, going through stuff in ACRO can be tough. These drills will help you. All right, the next thing I do, we can practice some, some S-turns. And what I normally do for that is I just find a nice big tree. Let's find a nice big tree over here. And this one looks pretty good right here, with a little gap underneath there. And basically, I just come at it, go get some speed, get inverted, and let her drop and come around. That wasn't perfect, but you get the idea. The thing with these when you start out, and I still do it, is it's okay, if you don't get inverted and you just kind of come over like this. That's okay too. I think that looks good. According to Joshua Bardwell, I don't think that's like technically an official S-turn because you're not, getting inverted and going over. But again, I still do it, and just, you don't have to get inverted. It's easier if you just come around like that. Nice. And then obviously do different directions. So this is one thing I find is favoring one side. So, make sure if you go to the right on one time, you also practice, going the other direction as well. So always keep that in mind when you're doing orbits, S-turns, you're doing, alien rolls. You want to, make sure that you're practicing both directions, right? So you can mix it up. All right. Next thing I do in here is, you can do some power loops in here. I don't do a lot of power loops in here, but I'll show you basically where I've done them. My favorite, now this is my ultimate thing about this map, and that is there's one over here. There's a bunch of playgrounds. I think the playgrounds, if you want to get good at throttle management, tight spaces, these playgrounds will challenge you, right? And so I'll get in here and just kind of play around, work on throttle management, work on my accuracy, and I'll just zip around through here. When I first tried this, I couldn't even do any of this. Like, I was crashing into stuff. I was out of control. And so just practicing on these playgrounds, for me, it's made me a lot better in tight spaces. So, like I said, I'll just go around these playgrounds. There's a whole bunch of them, and I'll just do this. I'll do this for like 15, 20 minutes. I know it's sick, but I'll just get in here, and you could do some, close in area like power loops through here if you want. But go in here and do these playgrounds. You will, if you've not done them yet and you're new to ACRO, you're gonna suck. I was horrible. Just stick with it. Practice on using that kind of air brake when you're coming through. When you're coming too fast, pull back a little, get that air brake going, stabilize, and just get used to that throttle. It'll help you. All right, so playgrounds, S-turns, slalom, orbits, all that stuff in here I do. Let's do a quick one here. Just a little, pretty good. And there's also, there's a good place to do a power loop. I'll show you. There's a bunch of these bridges out here. And I'm going to show you, the last thing I'm going to show you is orbits that I'll do. So like there's a bunch of these kind of bridges. You can come out here, get you a bridge, get lined up. I think power loops are tough, man. Really, you got to get a feel for them. So there is some bridges to do power loops. The other thing that's challenging in this map is you could go into these trail systems and just practice kind of ripping around these trails. Again, it looks like it might be easy, but it's not, at least in my opinion. But it really will develop your skill, I think, when it comes to running fast in tight areas. Now, orbits. Okay, so if, you could do this, right? That's one way to orbit, right? Or you could bank an angle and orbit like this. So, you got two options on the orbit. I think technically this is an orbit when you're doing this. So practice your orbits. Just find a spot, come in, think smooth, keeping it in the center, boom. Okay, here's another spot right up here, and I'll wrap it up. Great spot to do your slalom work, your throttle management through here like this. These trees, I practice a lot on trees because I think trees obviously are in the real world, and I like to try to rip through trees. It's a lot of fun, I think. And then again, you can use this area for your orbits as well. Just practicing coming around, or doing like gate stuff. You could just practice on this as well. Now, there's other simulators that are good too. I just really like this one. The way it flies, it feels right to me, and I just like it. So, hey guys, Bob's Drill. Hope this was helpful. If you got any questions, post them below. Again, I am not a pro. I am far from being an expert at ACRO. A long ways to go, but these are the drills that I do right now that have helped me. And, if you're getting new into it, maybe they'll help you too. Cheers, peace, guys. And until next time, maybe the weather will get better. I'll get outside and fly. And I will do another video here at some point. I'm going to talk about my next drone. It's maybe not going to be the Baby Hawk 03, Baby Hawk 203, because there's another drone I'm looking at. And I'll tell you guys about that maybe in my next video. Cheers, peace, guys. Have an awesome day. Woo! Woo, 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 woo!